Going right into CUI, Control Unclassified Information. Slide. A little bit what we're going to talk about. What is CUI? What is CUI and is not? Examples, marking, and cover sheets. Slide, please. What information requires safeguarding controls? Information that the government creates or possesses by law, regulation, and government by policy. So a good example is products that we produce and emails from DoD. Information that entity creates and possesses on behalf of the government that protects the law, regulation, or government-wide policy. For example, that is information associated with DoD contracts. What does not qualify? So classified information is not CUI. Information not created by under the government control. The example is information from non-executive branch or counterinsurgency. Slide, please. Is CUI a classification between unclassified and confidential? No, it's not. CUI is not a classification and should be referred to as classified CUI. CUI is a safeguarding system for unclassified information. Slide, please. So, what is the difference between FOUO and CUI? So the DoD's legacy FOUO, marking authorized to protect unclassified, may be exempt from mandatory disclosure under the Freedom of Information Act. CUI program has developed a common marking system across federal agencies and created categories to capture the many types of unclassified information. What's new with CUI? Uniform system, index, guidance, registry, greater specificity, safeguarding standards. Slide, please. So what is controlled unclassified information, CUI? Protection is required for privacy, law enforcement, or other reasons pursuant consistent with the law. Federal agencies routinely generate, use, store, share, and while it does not meet the threshold for classified as national security, it does require some level of protection. Implementation of the DoD CUI program addresses handling, designation, decontrolling, safeguard, sharing, marking, and storage under DoD 5200.40. Slide, please. Here are a few examples of what may qualify as CUI. So your defense critical infrastructure information, export control information, information related to sensitive international agreements, law enforcement information, legal privilege, pre-decisional budget or policy information, Privacy Act, and naval nuclear propulsion information. Slide, please. So this is an example of a designated indicator that you would put. I have an example on the next slide of how you properly mark CUI documents. So in your and emails as well. So in your bottom right corner of your document, you want to put your name, who it's controlled by, category, distribution, limited dispensation control, and POC. Slide, please. So as you see here is an example. So you would put CUI at the top, CUI at the bottom. You see in the bottom right corner is the identifier markings that we just discussed in the previous slide. That's how you properly mark documents. CUI. Slide, please. Here's an example of an email. A lot of folks might send CUI out in emails and not realize this is a requirement, but you must put these indicators and portion markings on your emails as well. And here's an example. Slide, please. Here's a good example of a PowerPoint presentation. The first sheet would have CUI on top and bottom, and then your identifiers at the bottom right corner, and then all your following slides just need top and bottom. Slide, please. So in your workplace, when CUI is out on your desk or such, you need to utilize an SF901 cover sheet. This is the cover sheet for all CUI documents. This ensures no unauthorized disclosure. Persons who don't have a need to know or privilege this information don't view it. Slide, please. The ISO registry, the CR registry, this is a good site you can go to. It tells you how to categorize markings, a lot of good information to keep us in compliance with CUI. Plot, please. Here's a little training on safeguarding the CUI. So during work hours, we want to take steps to minimize the risk of unauthorized personnel reading it. So CUI will be stored in unlocked containers if there's proper security or continuing monitoring. If building security is not provided and no one's in possession, it will be stored in locked desks, files cabinet, bookcases, locked room. So when you go home for the night or the weekend, this must be locked in a cabinet secured. Then you want to control the environment with integrity, security measures to prevent unauthorized access to CUI. Slide, please. And here's a good website, training reference you can go to learn more. Slide, please. That concludes CUI training.